Well, just before the gig, our host Raquel Olsen sat down with the band to discuss their first ever visit to China, along with the importance of always reinventing themselves.
It's a very warm welcome to Beijing. Thanks for being with us here.
Thank you.
So how does it feel playing in China so far? You were just in Shanghai on Saturday.
So far, so good. Yeah?
So far, really
Not for you.
Yeah. Really good.
Is this your first time in China?
We played Hong Kong, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
So your latest album, Native, just came out in March of this year.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of that title and the general meaning of the album?
We felt that we made an album. We made it all over the world, everywhere from Greece to London to France, Canada, United States, and we wanted to make an album. We've never been a very American sounding band, I guess, if that makes sense. We're very much American, but we don't make music. We make music that I think sounds familiar and local to like many countries everywhere.
Oh, interesting.
And so that was kind of the idea. We wanted to make an album that people in New Zealand and South Africa and Montreal and Beijing, Shanghai, and would feel they would relate to it, and it would become familiar to them, and people would claim it as their own kind of soundtrack, you know.
On a global scale.
On a global scale.
Local on a global scale.
Local on a, actually, I'm going to take that phrase. We are local on a global scale. I like that a lot.
Right?
That's really good. That's very good. You should go into journalism.
I majored in advertising.
Oh, there you
Just
go.
like you.
So did I.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Over the past 10 years, the special thing about your band, one of the special things, is you managed to cover a large variety of genres.
Yeah.
Starting from your first album, which was more rock pop.
Yep.
And then you came out with, of course, the big hit single "Apologize" with Timberland. And that progressed into sort of a hip-hop base for your second album, and now your third album is also very different. Can you explain how it's different from your past two albums?
I would have to ask. I mean, it's very different sonically from our last two albums. There's a lot more acoustic guitar. A lot of the songs are written on acoustic. It's a lot more tempo. This is the most driving album that we've ever put out. A lot more energy. The sound is more traveled. You can tell we've been around and back again. And the first album was very much, it was darker. It was kind of moody, depressed, as he said a little bit.
Yeah.
Apologize was me. The last song that I wrote that was about, you know, all of the relationships I had in high school and college and elementary school.
Dating all the way
Going all the way back, my broken-hearted 10-year-old self. And you know, and the other thing that I think OneRepublic that we do that I think is our responsibility is making people feel excited about life and feel like there's something to look forward to.
So, would you say that your music changes with the times?
I would say so. I mean, you mentioned EDM. The only thing on the album really that's EDM, in my mind at least, was If I Lose Myself. It wasn't like just trying to chase a fad. I did a couple songs. I did a song with Zed, a song with Alesso, and Sebastian Ingrosso, Swedish House Mafia. You know, bands can do what they do best, and DJs can do what they do best. And so, at the end of the day, my favorite version of the song is now it's Alesso's version. I actually like his remix better than us. Let DJs. You want to remix
Like
Counting Stars?
did with your song.
Yes, exactly. I think most bands develop a sound and then they stick to it, and it all becomes about just the lyrics because every song kind of sounds like the same band.
Right.
And I never understood why people do that. The ones that I was inspired by, and our band that constantly changed their sound,
Right.
and that's how they survived. Actually, was changing their sound. I think that's important for bands to survive. You don't want to necessarily follow or chase where the world's at, but you're just reflecting it. You're holding up a mirror and reflecting where the world's at. You know, U2 always is trying to push the envelope and change and develop. You can always tell it's U2, but they're always.
And you're greatly inspired by
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm the most inspired lyrically. Bono has always had the best lyrics of any lead singer in the world. He writes his own songs and he has the best lyrics.
That's a lot coming from you because you are a very gifted songwriter. Very
well,
talented.
you know, I told him I talked to Bono 3 days ago, and I said, told him, I was like, well, dude, to be honest, I said, I've stolen a lot of your ideas. I take a lot of ideas from you.
Well, one thing that does stay constant is your ability to really move people through your songs.
We try.
There's a very specific, powerful quality to the music that you make. What is the key to achieving that? How would you describe that? To me, I think it would be a combination of everything. The lyrics, the instruments, the vocals. I mean, you have incredible vocals.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, like, it starts with, like, you know, the music, but a lot of it is honesty, being honest with ourselves in the music, lyrics especially. I don't think this band would be where it is today with the kind of lyrics like maybe a rap group has, you know, talking about money and cars and guns, and it just wouldn't work, you know.
So besides your work with Republic, you are a very demanded producer and songwriter in the music industry, working with the likes of Beyonce, Adele. I mean, you won a Grammy with Adele, Leona Lewis, Kelly Clarkson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And these are all the top artists who have amazing vocals. And they're all actually very different in personality as well, in terms of genre as well. How is it like sitting down with them and figuring out what suits them? Like, what is that process of songwriting? You've said before that you have a way of songwriting, like a method almost.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe what that process is like?
The method, I think I come at it from a pretty, this is going to sound weird, but when I write for other people, I'm writing from kind of a selfish place. I'm coming up with an idea that is something I want to hear. And my thought process is, if I have to turn on the radio and hear you singing all the time, like certain artists, I would rather hear a song, selfishly, that I like than one of the songs that you've done that I don't like. So it's very selfish. That's like.
And it works though.
It works
because it becomes a big hit.
Yeah, because I'm writing just what I want to hear. But then that's the selfish part. The unselfish part is I'm also thinking, how can I evolve your sound? How can I do something that your fans maybe didn't expect, but are just blown away. Like, and lately with a lot of the artists I'm working with, I've been shifting their sound because I'll come in and I'll just be very honest and say, I'm bored with what you're doing. I cannot do the same thing again. Like, I will absolutely, whether it's another artist, like you said, Beyonce, if she asked me to, you know, do another Halo,
Right.
no, I'd rather try something new and fail than just copy myself over and over and over and over and over again and
Well, I have mad respect for that. I think that's the way to go as an artist.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Me too. Thank you.